Another day, another story. Chernobyl disaster, 1986. The Chernobyl disaster occurred during a routine safety test at Reactor 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine. The explosion released a large amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere, contaminating surrounding areas and leading to the evacuation of thousands of people. The immediate death toll was 31, but the long-term effects of radiation exposure have caused an increase in cancer rates and other health issues among the affected population. Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. Bhopal gas tragedy, 1984. The Bhopal gas tragedy occurred when toxic gas leaked from the Union Carbide India Limited pesticide plant. The gas, primarily methyl isocyanate, quickly spread through the nearby residential areas, causing immediate deaths and severe injuries. The exact number of casualties is disputed, but estimates range from several thousand to over 15,000 deaths. The incident led to legal battles, demands for justice, and increased scrutiny of industrial safety practices worldwide. Titanic sinking, 1912. The RMS Titanic, deemed unsinkable at the time, collided with an iceberg on its maiden voyage from Southampton, England, to New York City. Insufficient lifeboats and the ship's high-speed collision with the iceberg contributed to the loss of over 1,500 lives. The sinking of the Titanic highlighted the need for improved safety regulations, including sufficient lifeboats, better communication, and increased attention to ice warnings in maritime travel. Space Shuttle Challenger disaster, 1986. The Space Shuttle Challenger exploded shortly after launch, disintegrating over the Atlantic Ocean. The accident occurred due to the failure of an O-ring seal on one of the shuttle's solid rocket boosters, which was worsened by cold weather conditions. All 7 crew members, including teacher Krista McAuliffe, lost their lives. The Challenger disaster led to a reassessment of Space Shuttle safety measures and a temporary suspension of the shuttle program. Deepwater Horizon oil spill, 2010. The Deepwater Horizon oil rig, operated by BP in the Gulf of Mexico, experienced a blowout and subsequent explosion, resulting in the rig's collapse and an uncontrolled release of oil. The spill continued for nearly 3 months and became one of the largest marine oil spills in history, causing extensive damage to marine ecosystems and coastal areas. The incident highlighted the environmental risks associated with offshore oil drilling and prompted increased safety regulations and industry scrutiny. Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster, 2011. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant in Japan experienced a catastrophic failure following an earthquake and tsunami. The natural disasters caused multiple reactor meltdowns, leading to the release of radioactive materials and widespread contamination. The incident resulted in the evacuation of thousands of people and raised concerns about the safety of nuclear power generation worldwide. Sinking of the MV Sewol, 2014. The South Korean ferry MV Sewol capsized and sank off the southwestern coast of South Korea. Most of the victims were high school students on a field trip, and their deaths sparked national mourning and demands for improved safety measures. The tragedy revealed deficiencies in maritime safety practices and led to reforms in South Korea's regulatory systems. Piper Alpha oil rig explosion, 1988. The Piper Alpha oil rig, located in the North Sea, suffered a catastrophic explosion and subsequent fires. The accident was caused by a gas leak and the ignition of flammable substances on the platform. An explosion and subsequent fires on the Piper Alpha oil rig in the North Sea resulted in the deaths of 167 workers. It remains the deadliest offshore oil disaster in history. Hindenburg disaster, 1937. The Hindenburg airship, filled with hydrogen gas, caught fire and was destroyed while attempting to land in New Jersey, USA. The accident claimed the lives of 36 passengers and crew members. Tenerife airport disaster, 1977. Two Boeing 747 aircraft collided on the runway at Los Rodeos Airport in Tenerife, Canary Islands. The accident, mainly attributed to miscommunication and foggy conditions, resulted in the deaths of 583 people, making it the deadliest aviation accident in history. These accidents serve as reminders of the importance of safety precautions and the need for continuous improvements to prevent such disasters in the future. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.